Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video and tutorial is going to be all over the new Anastasia Sultry palette. First off, we just have to address the packaging. I mean, it's literally like glitter, rose gold glitter. It is absolutely beautiful, and the fact that she incorporated like the box to match the palette is just beautiful. I just thought we needed to address that because of how it looks. I'm so excited to have my hands on this bad boy, specifically because it is probably one of the most beautiful cool tone palettes on the market right now. I absolutely love it. I was so excited to play with it today, and when I saw it in Ulta, I like almost kind of died a little bit because I was so happy to finally see it. They like kind of redid all of the Anastasia like setup at my Ulta and my Sephora because I recently just got a new Sephora close to my house. It's like outside of the mall, so it was beautiful. Oh, I loved it so much. And of course I had to pick this little guy up, and I'm so excited to share that with y'all in today's video. So I kind of created something a little bit more out of my comfort zone today. We have like this kind of like slate gray shade. We have some of this red that's called Bloom on our lower lash line. We used this really pretty like silver shade. We used a pretty good amount of the shades today for our eye look, and I'm pretty excited to share this with y'all. I pretty much love the palette off the back simply because I am in love with Anastasia's formula. It's probably the best formula I've ever used, and it's my favorite formula. I love all of our eyeshadow palettes. I literally own every single one. I have 6 now, so they're probably hands down my favorite eyeshadow formula. So if y'all want to see this tutorial step by step and how I achieve it, and then I also share, you know, like my lip combo and everything at the end, then please keep on watching. Okay, so we already have this eye done. I normally like to do the first eye off camera. That way I kind of get a feel of the palette and see what I want to do. So this is what I created, and I have to say, I don't ever really play with cool tones simply because there's not a palette like this out on the market that is completely, literally catered with cool tones, and I really like this. Like, I used this slate kind of gray color in my crease, and I really like it. And then I put this cyborg shade all over the lid, and I'm gonna find a way to incorporate the Bloom, that kind of more like reddish shade on the lower lash line. So I really like it, but this is what I did create, was a cut crease. I just haven't done one in a while, so I really wanted to do one, but we are going to move on to this eye now. I already have my brows done, and they are primed, ready to go, and I'm just going to apply some tape right here. Going in with this first shade right here called Slate. Like I did say, this is the very first shade that we applied in our crease, and I never thought I would like a gray shade like this, but I really like it. I'm taking it on the ABH Cosmetics number 5 brush, and I am going to start buffing this into the crease. And I do use quite a bit of this gray shade because, like I said, I like the color of it, and I think with the silver and everything, it complements each other pretty well. So I do go back in at the end and kind of re-intensify everything, but I like to get a pretty good first layer of this color down. I knew exactly when I saw this palette get released on Trend Mood on Instagram that I wanted it because, for one, the packaging. Like, my favorite color is rose gold, light pink. Like, hello, this is literally pure glitter. It's beautiful. Anastasia is just, she always kills it. And I love their formula. They're probably my favorite eyeshadow formula that I've ever tried. I don't know, it's something about her palettes I just really enjoy. And it's funny because the last tutorial I filmed was using the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. It was the Dark Magic palette, the one that has, I don't know if it's Dark Magic, but it's the one that has like a really pretty white and like an olive green and everything like that in it, and that was terrible quality. Like, y'all, that was absolutely terrible. I don't know if that video will be up before or after this. Probably before, so I will link it below, but the quality of that compared to the quality of these is literally like on 2 different spectrums. It's insane. Taking this shade right here called Twig. So I took a little bit of this like light brown shade and started putting this into the crease right here. Just something a little bit more brown tone than slate. I mean, to be honest, you can't really see it, but I just wanted to apply it right there. And I'm gonna go in with just a little bit more slate up top. Kind of buff everything in. Taking this shade right here, and I think this is pronounced dystopian. I have no idea, but it's a pretty rich dark brown shade. And this is what is all over our outer V right here. So basically I started applying just a little bit of this before I went in with the cut crease, just so I could get a little bit of the intensity down. So I ever so slightly started intensifying this, kind of buffing it in. So this is when I took some of my Maybelline Master Conceal concealer, and I just took a little bit of this. This is probably one of my favorite concealers to do cut creases with. And then my favorite brush, I don't even think they sell this anymore. This is from Sephora. This is like their Precision Cream Shadow Brush. Any really precise brush can do the job. But I normally will just dab some here, and then I like to look up since I have hooded eyes. That way it kind of marks the highest point that I need to go with the concealer, and then I will just carve out my lid. And then going in with this shade right here called Cyborg. This shade would be the shade that is basically the star of the show and is all over my entire lid. I have to say though, this shade is a little tricky to play with. I felt like I had to kind of get through the top layer first. Because when I first started applying it, there wasn't that much pigment, but as I started kind of getting into the shade, as you can tell, it started becoming pretty pigmented, and I love it. It's such a beautiful silver shade. I think this shade's gonna be really good for like the holidays when it comes to Christmas time, simply because it's such a beautiful true silver. And then once that's done, we're actually gonna go in with some more of that like chocolate brown shade and start buffing that over the very tail end of our cut crease. That way I can kind of blend the two shades together. That way it gets that nice fade over here. And then I'm actually going to go in with a little bit of that light brown we used called Twig and buff out that line just a smidge. And that is pretty much going to be it for basically our top part of our eyes. I am going to apply lashes and some black liner in my waterline. And then we're going to come back and finish up the lower lash line. And I'm pretty excited because like I did say, I really want to incorporate this Bloom shade on the lower lash line for just like a really cool pop of color. So I'm going to do that and then I will be right back. Okay, I have lashes. All of my face is done. Everything's done. If you're wondering what's on my lips, it's Anastasia liquid lipstick in Allison. I thought it was suitable with my shirt and the makeup look. If you're wondering what lashes, they're just some of my lower lashes. I think they're like 146 or 147. But to finish up the lower lash line, I'm going to take my normal like kind of fat fluffy brush. I'm gonna go in, I think with the, I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Slate first, just to have some gray there on the lower lash line. Okay, then I'm gonna take Bloom, which is that really pretty kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it, fruit punch red. And then we're just gonna add this on the lower lash line. And then I am going to apply just a little bit of lower lash mascara. And I'm just going to take the Wet n Wild one. Okay, and then to highlight our inner corner and brow bone, I'm going to take the same highlight I used on my face. It's the Milani Strobe Light in 01 Afterglow. This is kind of like really pretty and cool toned, really kind of white. So this is what I wanted to use. And this is the finished look. I hope you guys did enjoy this tutorial. Let me know down below your thoughts on the Sultry palette. Do you want to buy it? Did you already buy it? What do you think of the formula? What do you think of the layout? Let me know down below. Like I said in the beginning video when I went into more in depth about the palette, I really do enjoy this palette. The only thing that's a little bit different is there's really 7 mattes and the rest are shimmers, which I kind of like, but the mattes that she put in here are really good staple, everyday, easy to use, and can create a lot of looks with these mattes. So it's not like weird color mattes. There's browns, there's blacks, there's gray, and I really love how she even put down like a setting shade to set your eye primer and concealer, and then she also still has a black. So I really like that about the palette, because it sometimes sucks when a palette doesn't have a black or doesn't have a cream shade and you have to maybe kind of dibble into something else, but I really like how this palette has those two. And I really love the shimmers in here. I don't know, like I said in the beginning of the video and even during the tutorial part, Anastasia palettes to me are some of the best palettes on the market and are my favorite palettes in general. I love the whole Anastasia line overall, like her palettes, her products, everything I love a lot. So yeah, that is my little thoughts on this. If you want to see another tutorial using this palette, or if you have any shade recommendations, like a certain shimmer you want me to use, anything like that, don't forget to comment down below. Just let me know. I would definitely love to do it. And I want to play around with this a little bit more and maybe use like this cinder shade over here, something else, you know, because I just really like how that is a cool toned palette. Like I'm really liking that, and it's kind of strange for me, but I really do enjoy it. So I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Bye, y'all.